The crypto world is in an absolute free fall right now. But hold on, this isn't just another dip in the market. The real story here is a huge paradox. The very things that were supposed to make crypto a massive mainstream success, well, they're the exact reason it's collapsing so spectacularly. Let's dig into how that even happened.
I mean, just look at this number. Bitcoin has plummeted by nearly 50% from its all-time high. That is a massive, massive loss of value in just a few short months.
And here's the real puzzle, the thing that's so strange about all this. This crash didn't happen when crypto was some obscure thing for tech nerds. No, it happened right as it was finally hitting the big time, going totally mainstream. So what went so wrong?
Okay, so first, let's just get a sense of the scale of the damage here. This isn't just a downturn. People are calling it another crypto winter. But this one just feels different. And the timing, well, the timing is everything.
Now look, devastating crashes are not exactly a new thing for crypto, right? Back in 2011, Bitcoin lost a staggering 99% of its value. But this time, it's not just Bitcoin feeling the heat. Other big players like Ethereum and Solana, they've taken even bigger hits. The pain is just everywhere, and it's all happening at the exact moment crypto was supposed to be at its most stable.
So why on earth was everyone expecting stability? Well, let's talk about the promise. The idea, the story we were all told, was that as crypto got more and more integrated with the regular old-school financial system, it would, grow up a little. It'd become more stable and way less prone to these absolutely wild swings.
And I mean, the signs of success were all there. You had a crypto-friendly administration, super easy-to-use exchanges, a flood of money from the big institutions. It really looked like crypto was finally on the path to becoming a legitimate asset.
But here's the big twist. Every single one of those signs of success was actually a double-edged sword. The very things that powered crypto's massive rise are now the very same things fueling its downfall. Let's break it down.
Okay, first up, ETFs. They made it super easy for anyone to invest in crypto, which sounds great, but they also amplified the risks, big time. We're talking about things like leveraged ETFs, which basically turned an easy on-ramp for investors into a super high-speed exit during a panic.
So, what exactly is a leveraged ETF? Well, think of it like this. It's a financial tool designed to double the daily return of something like Bitcoin. That's amazing on the way up, but it's absolutely brutal on the way down because it magnifies your losses just as fast. All right, next up, that big institutional money. The hope was that these huge investors would bring some much-needed stability to the market. The reality? They turned out to be fair-weather friends. See, unlike the hardcore true believers who hold on no matter what, these big firms are just in it for the profit. So the second things start to look shaky, they are the first ones to sell and get out.
And then you had these companies that were supposed to be this perpetual motion machine for crypto. Their business model was pretty simple. Buy a bunch of crypto, watch their own stock price go up because of it, and then use that higher stock price to raise more money to buy, you guessed it, more crypto. It was a beautiful system while it lasted. The moment crypto's value dropped, so did their stocks. And just like that, a huge source of demand for Bitcoin. Gone. It just dried up.
So the very financial tools that were meant to bring stability actually created even more chaos. But the problem here runs a whole lot deeper than just mechanics. The entire story of crypto, its whole narrative, has started to completely fall apart.
This is a quote you're hearing a lot from analysts right now. And for an asset that's built almost entirely on belief and momentum, a stalled narrative, well, that's basically a death sentence.
So what was that story anyway? For years, crypto was the cool rebel, the disruptor that was going to change finance forever. That's what got people excited. But as it got more mainstream, more normal, it started to lose that rebellious edge.
And I mean, just look at the numbers here. For all the hype, all the noise, Bitcoin has actually done worse than the good old S&P 500 over the last 5 years. When a so-called boring index fund gives you better returns with way less risk, well, the whole argument for crypto starts to look a lot weaker, doesn't it?
And here's the real kicker. The whole digital gold argument, the idea that it's a safe place to put your money during inflation, it just completely fell apart. Right when inflation was high and things were uncertain, exactly when Bitcoin was supposed to shine, it didn't. Instead, it crashed, proving it's not some safe haven, it's just another risky asset.
So this leaves crypto with this huge identity crisis. If it's not a stable asset and it's not the radical disruptor anymore, what on earth is it?
This slide just says it all, doesn't it? Crypto has gone from being the cool, rebellious upstart to being the eccentric uncle at the family gathering. You know, he's interesting to listen to at parties, but you are definitely not trusting him with your life savings.
And so, we're left with this one massive question. Crypto's value is built on stories, and its old story is officially dead. In a world where it's not new, it's not mysterious, and it's certainly not a guaranteed path to riches anymore, what new story is there left to tell?